Okay, welcome to another session or another series, and in this series we're going to be talking mainly about change of subject. Okay, so change of subject, it just means you want to make one of these variables the new subject over here. So here the subject is what? Y. So change of subject just means that, for example, in this case you want to change and make x the subject, so we need to flip the whole equation on its head somehow, and then make sure x comes to position of y, okay, and it stands on its own, so x become the subject. So in this situation, y is the subject, okay, because it's standing on its own and everything is equated to it. So to change the subject to x, we need to do some steps. Just move something somewhere and then divide some things. Okay, so we're going to do that. So let's go on to the first question. So we're going to be solving the questions in the A+ series as we normally do. So we go and then we start with the first question. Question number one. Okay, now in this question number one, it says make M the subject of this relation. Okay, this is the relation here. In this relation, H is the subject, but right now you want to make M the subject. Right here the subject, so let's write that down. So we have km squared L over g squared is equal to h. Okay, so now this expression is the same as h over 1. Okay, over here you have h over 1, so let's write that over 1 is the same as h, right? So what we can do is we cross multiply. Okay, we cross multiply this, and then we have to give us km squared L is equal to g squared h. Okay, if you cross multiply, this is what you would get. Okay, so now after getting this, let's divide both sides by something so that the expression, this m squared, will stand on its own. So what we divide by is what? KL. So we divide both sides by KL. So if you're doing something to one side, you have to do the same thing to the other side. So they have to be fair, okay, because this is an equal sign. Okay, so divide both sides by KL so that you can cancel K and L from here. Then we have our m squared left. Okay, so let's do that. We cancel KL goes. Okay, so what do we have? We have m squared remaining equals to this expression, right? So let's write that down. So we have m squared is equal to g squared h over KL. Okay, so now what we do is m still has a square with it, right? But what we want to find is m. We want to make m the subject. So what we can do is we take square root of both sides. So whatever you do to the right hand side, so at the left, you do the same thing to the right hand side. So we take square root of both sides so that the square can cancel. Okay, so let's do that. We have m squared square root is equal to square root g squared h over KL. Okay, so now the square root will cancel the square over here. So what are we left with? We're left with what? M. So this m will be equal to this expression. So let's write it down. We have m is equal to square root of g squared h over KL, all under the square root. Okay, so this is our m. So now m is our subject right here, right? So that is our answer. Cool. So which of these expressions is the same as this? So we have g squared h right here over KL over KL. Correct. So that is the answer. B is the answer. Okay, cool. Let's go to question number 2. Question number 2 says Find an expression for C in terms of A and B. Okay, so now what we have to do is what? We want to make C the subject. That's what it means. Make C the subject. So the easiest way to do this is to bring this whole expression to the left hand side. Okay, we move this whole expression to the left hand side, and then so that 1 over C will stand on its own. That's the easiest way we can do that right now. Okay, very fast. So let's do that. So we have 1 over A equals B minus 1 over C. So if we move this to the right hand side, this negative 1 over C to the left hand side, sorry, it becomes what? 1 over C. Then to make that stand alone, we have to bring this also to the right hand side. Okay, then it becomes negative 1 over A. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. So now 1 over C is equal to B. The B is already here, and this moved here, right? So it becomes positive. Then this 1 over A will move to the other side. It becomes what? Negative. Okay, so we have minus 1 over A. All right, so we are getting there. So this is what we have right now. But what you want to find is an expression for C, not 1 over C. So we need to make C a subject. So what we can do is first we simplify this, and then we find the LCM. Okay, and we know that B is the same as B over 1. Okay, so let's just write B over 1 so we can see it clearly, right? Okay, so now the LCM will be what? A. The LCM will be A. Okay, so 1 goes into A how many times? A times B. That will give us what? AB. Okay, so here will be AB. All right, so AB minus, and then this A goes here once. 1 times this 1 will give us what? 1. So here we'll have 1. Okay, minus 1 equals 1 over C. This C right here. Okay, so this is what you have. Okay, if you want, I can write it right here so you can see it properly. So let me write it there. Let me write it here so that you see it properly. So we have 1 over C is equal to AB minus 1. Okay, so finally what we do is, since we have 1 over C and then it's equal to this, we can just flip both sides. Let's flip both sides on its head. Both sides. So here will become C over 1. Okay, and here it will become A over AB minus 1. Right? You got it right? So let's do that. You have C over 1 is equal to A over AB minus 1. Right? So now we have C over 1. And we know that C over 1 is the same as what? C. Right? So let's do that. C is equal to A over AB minus 1. So this is our answer. Because now C is the subject. Okay, so let's see which expression here matches this. So I think it is C, because C, A over AB minus 1. Okay, so the answer is C. Okay, I think we'll have to stop here for now. In the next session in this series, we'll go to question number 3 and 4. All right, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time. Bye.